Wanted to show the battery grip because this comes up constantly in the D75 group. So here's a Z8 battery grip, and you see all these pins right here. Z8 and other professional cameras have a pin setup to where all sorts of instructions can go from a camera down into the battery grip. Now, the D75 is not a pro level camera. All right, so that's our it's kind of an in-between camera. So when they designed this, they did not design it to where it's got all that extra stuff, all the extra pins, the wires going into the camera. So all you actually have is the same pins as the battery. So any D7500, like this one made by Vivitar, are third-party vendors, and all it is doing is it is taking those exact same pins and transferring them from where the battery would be installed to now the camera. So it adds power, but nothing else via these little pins. These little pins that are inside there. So your dream of getting more battery power would have to be by adding two batteries here, because this comes out, the actual battery comes out, and now this piece is going to go in. So you don't retain a battery here. You add this new plastic piece that just runs wires down into that. A lot of the third-party vendors for the mid-level and lower-level Nikon cameras had two batteries in here. Well, every version that came out with this third-party vendor just did this motion, right? So all I'm doing is taking one battery from here and removing it from the camera and placing it in here, and then it goes into the cradle. So all we have done at this point is relocate the battery from here to there. There are not two batteries. You are still only having one battery. There is not a battery in this position. You then take off the door and shove it here in this little deal. It slides up and threads into place, right? So you are not gaining any extra power. There is a button for a vertical grip. The only way that works is if you open this little deal and you take and you plug in this piece. When this goes in, it then plugs in to your shutter release, and then you will be able to use it like a vertical grip. All right, so that is how it has to connect. So I'm going to take that off, put it in place. I'm going to stick it in here and thread this on. Sometimes it takes a little bit of a... So it threads in place. You can see I'm getting a light there. It's showing the battery. But again, it's just one battery. Now, I can press the shutter button here. I can also turn it vertical and hit the shutter button up top. So it does work. However, you now have this problem. You've got something for things to snag on. I've got two of these. This is kind of a proprietary cord here. So trying to find another one if this breaks. I have had one snag and then when it snagged, it broke the connector here. And the only one I could find that would work was now like a 6-inch cord that I had to wire up to replace that cord when it broke. So that is the pros and cons of this. It does not add any extra battery. You still have the exact same throughput on your battery. It does add the ability to have the vertical button if you use the cord. Most of the time I use this, it is only because I want extra grip, and so I don't even use this portion of it. I just want more meat on it because maybe I'm taking photographs off a cliff or on a boat or something like that, so I want some more meat to grab a hold of.